Welcome back. I am continuing my puzzle run. I'll just be honest, I wasted 2 minutes of video recording and then deleted it trying to solve this puzzle. I was going over here, which is easily blocked. I was trying to trade the queens, which leaves me way down in pieces. Then I thought, what about going here to that square? And then I felt fairly silly when I realized I could just go to that square right away. And I'm pretty sure that's the solution because it forces the king back, and then I have a battery back rank checkmate here. Okay. And as I said, I feel pretty silly that it took me so long to see that. I just didn't want to waste the video time with all those endless explanations and how long it took me to see it. Okay. The queen has moved down here. I assume that's because I've threatened it with this pawn, and it was looking for a place that is unthreatened and can get away. However, let's see, this threatens my pawn and pins my bishop, but it leaves this unguarded. I don't know what the exact benefit of that would be, other than this pawn would then be unguarded or hanging. I suppose I could push a pawn to threaten the rook. In that case, I am... Okay, you know what? I'm guessing that their rook wants to come here, guarded by the knight. And again, this bishop is pinned. But I don't think that would work because of this. So maybe that's just the answer. I don't know then where the rook goes after that. But I do know I have a free piece. I know that I'm not in immediate danger here because this is guarded. These two guard each other. Let me try that. Okay. Okay, the queen has now come up here because I left my post. What if I just go back? What if I just go back? Well, I mean, this queen is also guarding this pawn. I do have a check, but that further leaves my post, and then I can envision the rook coming down. That looks really, really dangerous. Just, for example, if it were white's turn, this is check, this rank is cut off, it would force me down, and then lots of checkmates coming. So I need to either say check, or now if I come back, this rook is no longer a threat because of the bishop. However, we could do a queen trade at that point, but I've already gained a knight, so maybe that would be better. I really don't know. I do know that I'm in danger of this, so I think I need to do something about that. And I think this is the answer. Okay, it was. Whew, okay. I was very nervous. I really don't like losing points on these things because, I don't know if you've noticed, but you always lose more points for getting them wrong than you gain from getting them right. The only exceptions I've found to that is if you get them right in just a couple of seconds. Well, this one says target time was 41 seconds. I don't know if that means if you get it within... Okay. A player at my rating must solve this in 41 seconds or less. Okay. Well, it's pretty rare I'm going to solve them that quickly. It looks like I've just been... No, I haven't just been given a rook. That rook is guarded. However, it also looks like I have lots of checks available on the king. For example, this check, I believe, is safer. because, yes, I have checks over here. Whoa, what happened? Sorry. Checks over here. But in those cases, the king very quickly gets close to my rooks. And if I don't say check now, I foresee pretty quick checks from them. And if I don't have a follow-up check, then that same thing will happen. So my idea is to say check with this rook, which leaves the king only 2 possible spaces, the second rank. Then I bring my rook back, which forces the king back to the back rank, and then that would be mate. Like I said, I think if I go over here, it's too close to the king. So I'm going to try this. Okay. Okay, see, I got 13 points there. But I did it in, pretty sure, less than 42 seconds. I don't know, maybe not. But if I had missed it, I would have lost like 17 points or something. Okay. Next puzzle. Can I break 1550 today? Let's see. Okay. Here we are barely out of the opening, it looks like. Both sides have all 8 pawns and looks like all the minor pieces and all the major pieces. So nothing has been captured yet. We are transitioning from the opening to the middle game, if I understand this correctly. Okay. Here, I believe I can gain a material advantage, like so. This move would not encourage this capture because the queen is hanging. Or not hanging, but you understand what I'm saying. The queen would be under threat from a knight placed here. That would, I think, force this capture, which I would return. Then, if they wanted, we could trade these bishops, and I would be a pawn ahead. That's what I would go for in a game, I think, in this situation. I'm not concerned about this tension here, because obviously if I take, that just activates one of their currently trapped pieces. And if they take, that brings my knight closer to the center, where it would be protected from this. And this bishop is currently protected by both the knight and the queen. So yeah, so this tension here doesn't bother me. It does not look like I have any other threats, because I certainly don't have a check yet. Even if this knight weren't in the way, this bishop check would be pointless. So I'm not looking for checks here. I'm looking for a material advantage or a positional advantage. And I'm going back to my original instinct, which is this, and then a bishop trade. But we're about to find out. Okay. Now the question is, should I capture? Yes, I should capture the knight first because it guards the bishop. Okay. Now the question is, should I take this with the knight or the queen? Or, what about that? Which threatens another piece, gains a piece, threatens another piece, then take the bishop. Okay, the bishop runs away, which gives me yet another bishop. Here I gain a pawn and become a passed pawn, but that is pretty easily blocked. So I think I'm supposed to take the bishop. But I only got 5 points for that because I didn't solve it in 41 seconds. Okay, well, we did break 1550. I'm not yet at 10 minutes, so I am going to try one more. Fingers crossed. Everybody hang in here with me. I do have a check. That's the first thing that I look for. This square is safe for my queen. And further, there is no piece on the white side to block, which would force the king to move. No, can't go there. So that's out. It would force the king to move and set up a follow-up check protected by the knight. If the king was on that back rank, or the first rank, as the case may be, that would be mate. So I assumed then the king would go here. Okay, let's see. Whoa, no. I meant to draw an arrow. Woo-wee. Okay, check. The king won't go sideways because it would follow-up move would be checkmate. So the king will come here. In which case, I will then move my queen there, which would force the king here because the knight guards this square. So then I would have a follow-up check here, which I believe would be checkmate, because that knight here would be guarding these two squares. The queen would be guarding all of these squares, and the pawn is guarding that one. Okay, well, I got 7 points for it, and now I'm past 11 minutes, so thank you for watching. I'm so glad that I got all of those puzzles correct. It's fairly embarrassing when I miss an obvious one. We'll see you next time.